Yeah, so we'll go ahead and run straight into the NFL. So some quick news that broke today. Jamal Adams, star safety for the Seahawks, he's been requesting an extension. He finally got that extension. He is now the highest paid safety in the NFL.
Yeah, so it is a shitload of money. 4 years, 77 are the numbers?
72.
72, 4 years, 72. That is an astronomical amount of money. But he is, when he's on the field, one of the best safeties in the NFL. Now, he is a box safety. So that might bring down his value a little bit. He's
Mhm.
not necessarily known for his excellent ball skills, getting a lot of picks, but he is very stout against the run. He will go in, he will get sacks, he can break up passes, but does not have a lot of interceptions to his name. Him and Buda Baker, I think, are very similar in that regard. Buda was the highest paid guy, I believe, was not known for having tremendous ball skills. Obviously, we saw that great pick he had against Seattle last year, where he got run down
Mhm.
like a child running
By
away with something they're
Metcalf.
not
Yep.
supposed to have. Um, but I don't have a problem with Jamal being the highest paid safety. I think it's a lot for a box safety.
At the end of the day, it ends up being about 18 mil per year average. Now he did get 20 mil signing bonus, 38 million of it guaranteed. So, close to half the contract being guaranteed, which is pretty good for him. Again, keep bringing this up. The cap is going to increase next year.
Yeah.
Players are going to start seeing these deals that are record breaking as far as how much a position group is getting. Safeties have, especially in the last like 4 or 5 years, been really that you will see a lot of good safeties that are free agents
Yeah.
that won't get signed by teams. There will be guys on the market that could be starting in the league, but teams just aren't signing them, and they're signing them to smaller deals because there seems to be more safeties out there than are necessary in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Your difference is cornerback. You have a minimum of two on the field at any given time. Uh, you need to have depth of like 4 to 6 guys because most teams playing nickel and things like that, you're going to have usually probably three on the field, injuries and stuff like that because they're more sleight of frame. You need to have more of those guys. Whereas safeties, that's that hybrid in between a cornerback and a linebacker. They're a little bit more sturdy. They're that kind of center fielder, ball hawk guy. They do a lot of what a cornerback does and have talent like a cornerback, but because there's less of them on the field, less of them needing to be rostered.
Right.
I think that kind of pushes down their value some because it creates that economic. It's a wealth of really good players.
Right.
So you'll see those smaller contracts for guys that are really supreme talent. And to see Jamal Adams get this sort of deal, I feel like this is uh, taking out that economic value.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense for him to be getting that much. He's one of the top three at his position. That sort of number makes sense to me why he would be getting that. But in relation to the actual NFL landscape, it is higher for a safety for
It
sure.
is very high for
So
safety.
you're still expecting to see top end safeties be getting somewhere between 13 and 15 a year
Right.
to jump up to that roughly 18 a year with almost half of it guaranteed. Good for him. He went out there and got his bread. It is a little bit higher. But Seattle, I think, is almost grasping at straws. They don't. The 12th man defense is not what it used to be.
No, they are no
So
longer the Legion of Boom.
they want to
That has been gone.
retain those guys that are supreme talent as best as they can. And obviously, he was disgruntled. They don't want to go into the season with that issue. They get that shit handled. Now we'll see if they can take care of it with their offensive tackle Brown because their offensive line has perennially been pretty bad. It is ruining Russell Wilson's career potential. I don't think we've seen anything of what Russell Wilson can really do behind a super solid offensive line with a great supporting cast around him, which is scary. And they keep on overlooking that line, so they need to go out and pay that tackle.
Yeah, so I agree. But so we're going to touch on the safety thing. So most teams only carry about four safeties
Mhm.
when they get down to final roster
Maybe
cuts.
5 that has a positional flexibility between strong and free
Exactly.
safety.
So, but I think that's one thing that helps him with this contract is his flexibility. You're going to see safeties who have that flexibility, who can go in, play a linebacker spot, go slide out to the slot, be a box safety, or if you need him to, he can drop back into that deep center field. I think Jamal Adams has the ability to do all of those things. Now, we
Mhm.
haven't seen him as a deep center fielder type too often, but he is able to play in the slot. You can have him on the field. You can take a linebacker off the field, and you're getting the exact same type of production that your linebacker would have with Jamal Adams in the box. He is that
Especially
type of player.
coverage linebacker, but obviously Jamal Adams is willing to go up there and lay the lumber,
Yeah.
which is what you want to see from one of those in the box type safeties.
Yeah, so having that position versatility definitely helps him here. You're going to start seeing defenses really look for these kinds of guys like that Minka Fitzpatrick type, who was a corner when he came into the league,
Mhm.
is now at free safety. You could put him anywhere. You could slide him into the slot. So those guys are really coveted because defenses want to be multiple. They want to be able to play base, but base now is no longer really base. Almost everything is nickel. You're going to have at least 5 defensive backs on the field. So if you can slide a safety or take a linebacker off, slide a safety into the slot, then you're not losing a lot of production in stopping the run. Right? Cleveland is really trying to push for a big nickel, 3 safeties on the field.
Mhm.
So I mean, this is going to start to become more prevalent. Maybe these contracts continue to raise for safeties who have that position versatility. But hey, good for Jamal Adams. Like I said 100 times, you are worth what somebody is willing to pay you. So go get your bag. He got his. I'm very happy for him.
Yep, absolutely. Or I guess you could say 100%. I agree.
100%.
100%.